Summer Movies continues, and Eva Murray Martino is here live with her new Adam Sandler flick.
That's my boy!
You suck.
Then we break down the summer's biggest blockbusters like The Avengers and Prometheus with director James Gunn and film critic Gray Drake in the loop. Plus, did the first preview of The Hobbit leave audiences underwhelmed? I'll have the answer in the feed. And we rate Canon cinema quality camcorder in Gadget Prawn. Buckle up, today's show is gonna be a wild ride.
By me, Candace Bailey.
I have a quick confession to make. I'm a pepper. Oh! And you're a pepper.
We're all peppers.
I bet they'd like to be peppers too.
Would you? Yeah.
That's a value add. You can have that one for free. Hey, I'm Kevin Pereira. So nice to see you. 10th anniversary of G4 was last night.
I know. It was
insanity.
Years?
Yeah.
That's crazy. You've been here almost the whole time.
You had 3. I've been here for 10 years.
The whole time?
My career is just plateau. Just hanging right there in the sweet spot.
It's a long time.
It's a very long time. I've been through several head-to-toe acid wash jeans phases.
Oh, and your little mustache.
A couple Amber Alert mustaches, yeah. They've all been really rough.
Your spiky blonde tips.
Thank you for reminding me.
I could go on.
Well, you don't have to go on because they had a loop of old G4 shows running on the plasmas last night. And that was the Heroes post show. That was a great idea for a show until season 2 of Heroes hit air. These are some of our old school shows that first aired. I was a PA on that show. That's where I got my start.
Really?
On G4TV.com. Very true. Yeah, and let's cut out of the clip. Cut out of the
Like I said, jean jacket, mustache that was patchy, and the spiky hair.
Oh,
You're so handsome back then, Kevin.
Can't we do the Disney Vault principle and lock that footage away and never go back to it?
No, that is going to show forever.
We also ran some screensaver stuff, which I thought was nice, because this show was sort of born out of the screensavers in a very early... There's me! I don't know why. No one games with 2 flight sticks, and I told that to the creative director. They're like, no, just look like you're having a blast gaming. And I'm like, no one stands when they games. But there we were, and that was Kevin Rose and Sarah Lane.
Your penis desk, right?
What?
That's what y'all called it, the penis desk.
HR is here, by the way. Howdy, HR. How's it going? Welcome to Attack of the Show.
You're allowed to say that. It's what it was.
Y'all
were talking about it right before the show, okay? Don't act like nobody's heard about it.
Does anybody have an idea what Candace is talking about? Okay, thank you. So let's just
y'all
move it
just want to flip me off again, too. Let's go around the net, shall we?
No. I'm sorry. We can't just go around the net. That'd be ordinary if we just went around the net. We can't do that today.
Really?
Because today we're doing it Bollywood style.
Oh.
To be fair, it was shaped like a penis. Yes, the desk was.
Yes, and you talked about it the whole...
Let's dive into it. Not the whole time. We don't have an obsession with it. It was just a passing comment. Hey, I really hope that you like hot equestrian action, because our first clip cannot wait to put its hooves all over you.
Don't worry, it is not a scene from War Horse.
No, it's a chase from the 1995 Indian action epic Allura Mazaka.
Oh, look how you say that.
Well, it's in my Netflix queue. I watch it pretty much. Never heard of it, but watch. all CG.
They were all falling
It was
down.
all CG. No horses were harmed.
Okay.
When I tried to do that, PETA got all up in my business for weeks. I had to like apologize.
Kevin, that is because you weren't riding a horse. You just strapped chihuahuas to your feet.
Okay, yeah, well,
Totally different.
they laughed at man when he invented skis, okay? I was a pioneer, and I'm telling you, it's gonna take up.
Yeah.
That's not even a Photoshop. That was an MS Paint job. That is, what is that? This is bad lighting. And
One of the chihuahuas is laying down.
It is.
And what's on your ankle?
That is brilliant.
Those ankle pads?
I'm wearing ankle guards, yes, in case the chihuahuas get bitey.
Oh my god, that's great.
The aggressive inline stance. Thighs of a god.
Oh, yeah.
I had those back in the day.
Thighs of a god?
I concealed them
You've
with.
had thighs of a god?
Well, no, of a guy who plays too much Quake World. That was me at 14.
Okay.
Sorry.
Chubby Kevin. If you've ever bought an illegal DVD from the street corner, you know Asia's a pretty big market for the knockoff film industry.
Yeah, but sometimes their unofficial remakes end up being better than the originals. I think, at least. Have you seen their version of Terminator?
And by better, we mean significantly more insane.
Well, yeah. But I mean, how does that work? Is that guy like the governor of India now? Because
I
Terminator.
don't know if India has governors.
Okay. So you don't have to be racist.
Racist?
They're people.
Being racist.
They're people. We got it. Hey, is anybody in the mood for some explosions?
Oh!
You want some?
I am always in the mood for explosions.
Of course you are, when you aren't offending entire cultures. Let this action-packed clip from the 2000... Chubby Kevin swinging at you. I'm sorry. It's all repressed. I'm going to eat that pain away later. Don't worry. Let this action-packed clip from the 2000 film Kaladi 420 scratch your explosion itch. Lots of explosions. And fun fact, in India, that is actually considered a chick flick. Oh. Yeah. And that guy is like their Gwyneth Paltrow.
And their remake of The Notebook is about a giant dancing fire-breathing notebook. Indian Ebert gave it 6 arms up.
He did, yeah. Now see, now that is a Photoshop. That is. I want him to be wearing miniature chihuahuas on his feet so bad. Ah, so good.
Oh, it's so great. You know, there are a lot of summer movies out there.
Boy, aren't there, Candace Bailey?
Can be a confusing thing.
You're telling me. Fortunately, we know an expert who's cutting through all the crap just for you.
What's the best snack to take into a movie?
Loose leaf tobacco.
How do you get someone to stop talking during the film?
With these.
What are the best date movies of all time?
Think about that. Say Anything, When Harry Met Sally, and The Notebook. Those are the answers you'll most likely get when you ask your vagina!
And now it's time for Dude Bad Rod's Manly Tips for Movies.
Hey dude, there's a lot of big movies coming out this summer, so what would a man see?
Movies are stupid.
Why would you pay $15 to sit in the dark when you can be out there hunting gorillas or banging a fitness model in the back of an airboat? Still, it's a free country. Hell, if you want to waste your summer watching millionaires pretend to be badasses, well, here are a few picks that don't look too. Pick number 1, The Bourne Legacy. Now, the first 3 Bourne movies were crap. Hell, if I wanted to watch shaky footage of people talking into headsets for 3 hours, I'd watch a Bollywood musical about a tech support call center. But this movie's different. You see, if Matt Damon cut his hair, cleaned off his lipstick, and had balls as big as the sun, he'd be Jeremy Renner. And that is who is starring in Legacy. Renner is the real man super spy. Matt Damon, it. Pick number 2, G.I. Joe Retaliation. Now, normally movies that are based on toys are for weak-minded sissy types, but I watched the trailer, and in just over 90 seconds, there were 17 explosions, 81 gunshots, and a multi-ninja katana fight on the side of a mountain. Now, if you do the math, that is like 1.2 awesome things every damn second. That's just math. Finally, pick number 3, The Expendables, Part 2. This movie has everything. Stars Chuck Norris, Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, and every other Jerry action hero you can think of. And since their combined age is over 10 billion years, it'll be like watching a dinosaur movie, but with guns. And there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, if you have to throw your money in the garbage, Expendables 2 seems like a pretty okay trash can. Now it's time for something I like to call Quick Shots. It's a rapid-fire review of all the other summer crap that's coming out. Represented by these clay discs. Step Up Revolution. Pull! That Zac Efron film. Pull! What to expect when you're expecting. Pull! You know what, in fact, every other damn summer movie can shove this right up its ass. And so can all of you. You're welcome.
See you dumbasses next time for Dude Man Rod's Manly Tips for Movies.
Still ahead, director James Gunn takes on the critics to pick this year's must-watch summer movies. But first, it's been almost half a decade since the world was introduced to the cultural ambassador Borat. And this summer, Sacha Baron Cohen is re-teaming with director Larry Charles to document another character with weird facial hair. Meet Admiral General Aladine, the dictator.
For over 4 decades, the people have lived under the rule of a tyrant who denies them their most basic human rights.
The time has come for him to...
Attack of the Show is brought to you by the Marvel animated series X-Men and Iron Man, each available now on DVD.
So many summer movies, so little time. Will Prometheus and the Avengers be worth a $6 small popcorn? Let's find out right now in The Loop. Such a good little ditty. Joining me now, the filmmaker who brought you Super and Slither, James Gunn, and film critic for Fandango, Gray Drake is here, everybody. And they greet you with uproarious applause. Gray, let's hop right in with the Avengers. Bringing together 4 superhero movie franchises. Some would say half of those are solid on their own. What do you think? I mean, that's a lot of puzzle pieces. Do you think Joss Whedon can put them together?
If Cabin in the Woods is any indication, this is going to be the awesomest, most excellent, action-packed, fantastic, witty film that superheroes have ever seen.
Now, no spoilers. I gotta say, no spoilers. I haven't seen Cabin in the Woods. Does Hulk punch Iron Man in the face in it, or?
Yes.
It is literally the only thing that would have made it better.
Good. You think Joss is the one to pull this
Listen,
off?
I mean, Joss is a true comic book fan. He did a great run on the Avengers comic book, one of the best. I've loved almost everything Joss has ever done, and he's also the first person to ever hire me in Hollywood. So I love Joss Whedon. I'm there no matter what. And even if I didn't, I would say all those same things because he's my friend.
I don't believe that last part whatsoever, but I believe you're excited for it.
Oh my God, I'm
Why do you think some people are really? They're saying that the Hulk, and I've seen it by the way, and I'll just say it's awesome. It is a comic book come to life with the kind of punching and jokes that you'd want from a superhero movie of this type. But everybody was talking about the Hulk specifically. Why do you think they're excited for the Hulk in this movie versus the Hulk's own movies?
The Hulk has always been terrible. I mean, it's like Mark Ruffalo is such a good choice, although I feel like he's just a little bit too good looking.
Really?
Yeah, for Bruce Banner, come on. He was totally Edward Norton.
I know, but see, Mark Ruffalo is movie not great looking. He's real life very good looking, movie not great looking. Right. I think he works. I think he works
And
great.
no one's critiquing the Hulk's cheekbones or jawline once he hulks out.
Well, you're not.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Do you have a Tumblr blog that is only
just cheekbones all the time?
You're gonna give the Hulk a complex. Be nice. What about Spider-Man? We had Mark Webb on yesterday. He's exciting. He's rebooting it. He's all for it. You're shaking your head.
I'm not it. For me myself, I don't need to see another origin story of Spider-Man, especially one where he ends up with yellow eyes. You know, I think that we've seen the origin story a lot. Supposedly there's some big secret about this origin. I don't know what that is. Does Uncle Ben have a vagina? I don't know. but I mean, I want to see a Spider-Man movie where we really get into the mythos of Spider-Man, the clone stuff, the adult, wisecracking, more confident Spider-Man. I think Andrew Garfield's a great choice for that, considering he's 30 years old. I don't really see him as a 16-year-old kid in a high school.
He's like 12 years old. Seriously.
Yeah, he's 30
an
going
12-year-old.
Yeah.
He's 30 going on 14. He's movie high school.
But here's the thing. In Social Network, we've all seen him play a full adult, okay? And I think that the audience, although he looks pretty young, he still doesn't look like he's 16. And the audience is used to him as an adult. So I'm not that crazy. I hope it's good. I really do. I think Webb's a fantastic director. But I'm not that hopeful about the movie.
Here's why your pessimism disgusts me.
Because I'm an awful person.
At Comic-Con last year, the thing that really got me on board for this was the fact that he showed up dressed in this ghetto Spider-Man costume and then proceeded to spend approximately 2 minutes just going on and on about how much he loves this.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's that love and reverence for the material that we might actually need at this point because, by the way, the last thing we need is sad, emo Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
But you know what? That's what Sean Young did for Catwoman, and now she's on Celebrity Rehab. So, I'm not sure that that's exactly
as long
the
as we don't
argument.
have another emo bar top dance sequence, I'm on board. And it's the shot in 3D with the red epic. That's gonna look cool, at least.
Yes.
The visuals will probably be awesome, and the trailer looks good. Yeah. I'm bored by the origin.
I get being bored by the origin story, but I did enjoy in the trailer. There was that glimpse of Peter Parker's attitude, his sort of internet troll attitude.
Something else. Go ahead.
Easy. Yeah. It's not Uncle Ben's vagina. We're past that. It's not in the film. It's not going to be in the extras. Let's talk about Prometheus now. Ridley Scott basically making a prequel to his film Alien.
Right.
Are we excited? Are we nervous? Are we wary? What are we?
Well, here's the thing. It's been 30 years since we've had a hot chick in an iconic wife-beater tank top scene, so I'm ready for it on that level. The only thing that makes me nervous is that one of the dudes that wrote this movie is also responsible for The Darkest Hour. Huge thumbs down.
Okay.
Sorry, Olivia Thirlby and the guy from Into the Wild.
I hope they don't DVR us. I hope the guy from Into the Wild.
I hate to be Mr. Negative, but also, I'm not completely alone on this. I know a lot of people feel the same way, but I don't think Ridley Scott has made a truly good movie for a long time. So I'm always pulled into them, but I have not liked them. I love the earlier movies, so I am a little bit wary because of that. I'm not certain.
You know why they're not good?
Why? Because Gladiator looks like a Monday Night Football shot like a Chanel 5 commercial.
How dare you? How dare you?
Well, yeah, basically it's not Orlando Bloom plus time period like, lots of castles and sand. Like, this is his wheelhouse. So I feel like with the writers, I hope that he can override the guys that are behind the script, and I hope that it's basically just like Alien and cool, and it makes us forget that Alien 4 ever existed.
And that said, when I watch this trailer, I am a sweet little princess who wants to be bedded hard by Ridley Scott. So I got to say, the trailer's like the greatest thing I've ever seen. If it's half as good as the trailer, I'm there. I mean, it has me convinced, and then I go back to Mr. Logical.
I hope he gives you cab fare and cuddles, because if not, you're going to be a broken man.
Yeah.
Let's move on to The Dark Knight, one of the highest-grossing films of all time. Huge expectations for Chris Nolan, Christian Bale. Will he scream at a lighting guy? Who knows? Greg, what do you think?
Well, as you can tell, I'm maybe a little excited.
Yeah.
And Christopher Nolan is one of the few men in my life who has never disappointed me, ever. And I think that this movie is going to be just like the last ones for this reason specifically. Hollywood is letting Christopher Nolan do what they won't let most other writers do, which is take a character and evolve his story. Put him somewhere else that makes us learn something new, which is why this movie, I think, has a lot of potential, because it's 8 years later. The city is essentially kind of crime-free, but guess what? Christian Bale is sad. Batman is so sad.
He works in
He's so sad, and he has a lot of like cape unfurling to do.
Yeah. Well, I like that stuff, and I'm excited. I think Dark Knight was a big step up over Batman Begins.
Certainly.
I'm hoping this is an equally big step up. I love the last movie. I think Tom Hardy is like a great choice for Bane. I think that's awesome.
Did you hear the voice, though?
I know.
The mumbles?
Mumbles McMumblestein over there.
He's cool, though, man. He's macho. He's like, if I had to sleep with a man, in fact, if I wouldn't have to sleep with a man, I'd sleep with Tom Hardy.
James, is there a movie coming out this summer that you do not want to bang a director or a writer
that's actually
or a dolly grip on?
My only problem with it is I'm not sure I want to bang Anne Hathaway. I think she's a great actress, but I think of Catwoman as stripper crazy. She's the type of crazy that's going to throw a carburetor through your window at 3 a.m. because you didn't call her back. And I think of Anne Hathaway as the type of crazy where if her peas touch her mashed potatoes on her plate, she's going to have a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
And I don't see her. I haven't self-pleasured myself to once at her pictures online, and I think that's bad news for fanboys all over the world. And I'm not sure she's not slinky enough.
For every Anne Hathaway you don't want to bang, I do.
There we go. That is what we end on, my friends. Many thanks to James Gunn and Gray Drake for keeping us in the summer movie loop. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Let's go over to Sarah.
Still ahead, Eva Marie Martino talks about getting knocked up by Adam Sandler. In the movie, That's My Boy, that is. But first, Tim Burton and Johnny Depp have teamed up once again to bring you a big screen version of the cult 60s soap Dark Shadows. Depp plays Barnabas Collins, a vampire from the 18th century who wakes up in his family's ancestral home in the 1970s.
For all time. What the hell is this?
He's coming.
Hey, my next guest, well, she knows a lot about hot moms. Oh, not in my school. Please welcome back Eva Marie Martino. Hello to you. We clap for you. You don't.
I clap for you.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
I'm so excited to see you again. It's been too long.
It's been way long.
Now I have a chair.
You have an additional name.
I do.
I had to say 3 words to introduce you.
I do that just to be really,
Who's the jerk
high
that stole you from me? We were so close. You almost returned my phone call.
I know. He stole me away. It's a sealed deal.
Here he's a soccer player.
He is a soccer player.
I don't want to talk about him anymore. That was awkward to watch you hit on like a 14-year-old kid.
Oh, honey,
I mean,
if you think it's awkward to watch it, imagine doing it. It was really funny, and I've been saying, you know what you're obviously getting into. Sure. Everybody, you read the script and everything, but then you get on set with the actual 12-year-old who you're supposed to be hitting on, and his parents are there, and I felt like such a nerd. I was just apologizing to him all day, and he was like, Eva, stop apologizing. Like, I'm cool with it. And I was like, I'm sure you are.
Was this,
I'm not.
His dad's on set like, no, hit on him more.
Yeah,
hit on him more.
exactly.
I'll be a stand-in.
Yeah, totally. So it was really sweet, and he was awesome. They found him at an open casting call. He had never even been on a set before. And the first day, he shot the basically the opening of the movie.
Right.
And he was a total, he was a dream.
You've shattered that man's career path now, because now he believes every movie role is going to be a walk-on with a hot woman trying to seduce him.
Well, that's true. But the other funny thing was, my mom worked with Brad Pitt before he was famous.
I know all about your mother,
yeah, exactly. I know, you too. Got to keep you away. We're going to jail her away from you, lock and key.
Don't you dare, I'll break her out.
Well, she worked with Brad, and so I said to him, this is your first movie. It was Brad's first movie. So you better remember the little people. I was like, Justin, listen, when you're a big movie star and my kids are crying for you and want your pillowcases and your sheets and all that, you better freaking give them to me.
Oh my God.
And he was like, I will. I was like,
so seduced and then threatened at finger point,
oh, yeah,
a young 12-year-old.
At finger point.
We learned a lot about you on the set.
We learned a lot about me, yeah.
Did you ever have a crush on a teacher in school growing up or anything?
Actually, it's funny, not on a teacher, but I actually went to an all-girls summer camp.
Go on.
Yeah. And they made the great choice of hiring these really hot young Swedish instructors, male instructors, for the different tasks.
Story's now a 9 with the male, but that's okay. Keep going.
And so I thought I was so cool. I was like 10 when I went there, and I thought I was so cool. My girlfriend was reminding me the other day, I used to ask our male, I think it was the arts and crafts teacher, what he would do with his girlfriend and if he did it with her, and I would ask him all of these sex questions.
A Sweet Valley High version of asking about sex.
Yeah, exactly. And now I'm thinking back, and it's just so embarrassing to think about this poor guy with this 10yo. What do you even answer? What do? You could get arrested. I don't know, but I hope he's not in jail now.
What? No, I'm sure he's not. I'm sure he's fine. So you're in the Adam Sandler movie,
I am,
which is 10 Kinds of Awesome. Even better though, you got to cross something off your bucket list thanks to this film.
Yes, I was so excited. I get a slow motion entrance in this movie.
And you deserved it. You deserved it.
Thank you. It was. That's all I needed.
You've never been shot at 1,000 frames a second?
I have never, and also with the water fountain, the slow motion with the water fountain.
Did you get the hair flip? The hair flip to dramatic lens
I got my hair flip around with the flowing hair. It was just really, it was something I'll always remember. Story to tell my grandchildren.
So good.
Yeah.
And now that you're sort of wrapped with that, I know you did a pilot as well, which you're excited about. That wrapped. How do you relax other than going to, or is it just going to Korean spas?
I do love a Korean spa. This is something I've newly discovered. I have a Korean friend, and she recommended to me because I was stressed out. I just got back. I'm in the process of moving homes. She was like, just go for the day. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. Okay, great. So you sign up, and it's right in the heart of Koreatown. I get there. Nobody speaks English. I'm thinking, fine, I'm an actress. I'm using my hand gestures, my body language. I'm thinking, I can get by this fine.
Let me channel my slow-mo hair flip.
Yeah, exactly. I walk in. Nobody under 65, and nobody speaks English, and everybody is 100% naked. Just naked everywhere. Nice. So I'm like, all right, well, when in Rome, when in Korea. So, and then you go and you steam, and everybody's scrubbing you and scrubbing themselves, and you get this scrub down and this massage, and it's very awkward. I would actually put awkward level at extreme, but then you come out and you're baby soft, and it was a cultural experience.
I can't wait for you to arrive in Seoul at the airport and just strip naked.
Yes.
And where are my loofahs? This is not the Korean promise.
Yeah. Please invite me to Seoul. I might do that.
Yeah, we absolutely will.
Yeah.
But you're comfortable with that because I've seen, and we haven't chatted since I saw your Maxim behind the scenes clip where you talk about that you're actually more comfortable being naked, that you prefer that.
It's funny. I talk about this a lot. People ask that a lot about when you do a photo shoot or something and you take your clothes off, right? And the thing about it is, women, it's very hard to find clothes that 100% flatter your body. So I've found that you actually look better most of the time without clothes on, right?
I couldn't agree more.
Especially with boobs.
I could not agree. You are preaching to the choir, my lady.
Yeah. So in a certain sense, you think, okay, great. I worked hard on these 1.5 abs that I have. I better show them off. So I actually feel much more comfortable because I don't feel like, oh my God, are these jeans fitting weird? You're just like, this is me. This is what I look like.
Right. Now come and loofah, my Korean friends.
Scrub me.
Please do not wait 3 years before coming back here again. You're always such a joy. It's so good to see you. And how is your mother? Is she good? Does she miss me? Is she doing okay?
Evan.
I'm sorry. Interview's over. I just wanted to. Okay.
She loves you.
Eva Marie Martino, I love you. Thank you for coming back. Eva. Such a pleasure. You're adorable. Oh my God. Please tell your husband not to kill me. That's My Boy is in theaters June 15th. Go see it. And now over to Candace Bailey.
Still ahead, we have got a camera that's almost as good as Michael Bay's in Gadget Prime.
feed too loud.
Hi, I'm Sarah Underwood. It's Wednesday, April 25th, and we've got 2 bits of news to feed you with today. First up, 10 minutes of Peter Jackson's Hobbit movie were shown at CinemaCon in Vegas yesterday. But things are not looking good, yeah. Movies are normally shot at a standard 24 frames per second, but The Hobbit is the first to use a hyperreal 48 frames per second technology, touted by Jackson and James Cameron as the future of cinema. Now, however, word from the floor was that the super smooth frame rate looked more like cheap video. Devin Faraci from Badass Digest said, quote, "It looked terrible," and described it as TV-like and reminiscent of that 70s era BBC video look. Yikes! Let's just hope that this gets straightened out, or else Peter Jackson is gonna have hordes of fanboys knocking down his door. And live streaming Coachella and the Super Bowl, it's pretty cool, but a startup called EarthCast has plans to live stream the granddaddy of them all, our planet. Yeah. The company is currently building multiple HD cameras that will be attached to the International Space Station and pointed towards Earth. Self-described as a mix between Google Maps and YouTube, the cameras will let viewers see objects as small as 1 meter wide and also offer a search function where you can enter an address and be notified when the space station is overhead. How cool is that? When this comes out, I'm totally gonna tune in. I'm gonna build a fort in my bedroom and imagine that I'm Sarah Underwood, Esquire's sexiest astronaut. I'm Sarah Underwood, Esquire's sexiest astronaut, and you've just been fed. Now back to Candace.
Thank you, Sarah. Esquire's sexiest astronaut. If you're gonna make a movie, you are gonna need a camera. Yeah. And Gadgetron's got a sweet one right after this.
Attack of the Summer Movies is brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Go to drpepper.com to create your own one-of-a-kind t-shirt and show the world what makes you, you.
Tomorrow on Attack of the Show.
Attack of the Summer Movies continues when Dark Shadows actor Jackie Earle Haley joins us live with his groovy 70s vampire flick. Then Jessica Chobot sits down with John Cusack and the cast of The Raven to uncover the secrets behind the gothic serial killer film. And we head into the third dimension for a special 3D Blu-ray edition of DV Doomsday.
It's Attack of the Show tomorrow at 7.
I don't know if you heard this. Making movies ain't just for Spielbergs or Uwe Bolls anymore. So you want to make movies, but you can't afford a professional camera. Well, say hello to the Canon Vixia Hf G10. This camcorder shoots full 1080p HD and has a 10x zoom lens. It also has the ability to record at 24 frames per second, giving your movies a cinematic look that comes close to a Hollywood blockbuster. You can add this to your filmmaking toolbox for $1,500. Welcome back, Matt Myra! Folks at home, question. Have you ever... That was quite a stare. I imagine vertical blinds framing it late at night at a college dorm.
Oh, well, you've been there then.
Yes. Yeah. Have you guys thought about making your own summer movie? Kids at home? People in the studio? Well, if you don't have $300 million nearby, Canon's flagship camcorder might be right up the old alley. Vixia Hf G10. It's a prosumer camcorder. It's got a lot of features, and it's under $1,500.
It is. I like this thing quite a bit. I was immediately struck by how light it is.
Yeah.
And it's also very comfortable to shoot with. The body is covered in this textured plastic, which is good for grip. You don't have to squeeze your fat hand in this thing. That's me. But anyway, inputs are plentiful. Everything is covered with a nice solid door, so there's none of those flimsy hanging doors.
Mm-hmm.
On the front, you have mic input. And you also have onboard stereo microphones on top there.
Yeah, I see 2 dedicated mics.
Yeah, that are actually really good for noise separation. So if you're just going to go with the onboard mic, it actually works out pretty well. And inside here, you have your media storage. Look at that, everybody.
What? That looks like not one slot.
That's a twofer.
That looks like 2 slots.
Yes, that is 2 expandable slots. You also get 32 gigs of onboard memory on here, and then you can throw in 2 flash cards.
What does that translate to if we're shooting like full HD video?
12 hours per 32 gig stick of fun right there.
Okay. 3.5-inch viewfinder with the touchscreen controls. And the last few Canon cameras we looked at, they had these menu systems which were They were insane. They were Jurassic Park eunuchs insane. Like, just to change a simple function, you'd have to dive in 3 directory trees.
And then you finally lock the door and the raptor comes in. It ruined everything.
Clever
The
girls.
menus are still pretty complicated. No file system that you can click on that lights up. It's different. Sometimes you have to jump in like 3 different levels to get to the thing that should be on top.
Okay.
That being said, the touchscreen that you do have to use is very responsive. And there are some genuinely advanced shooting options on here. The one drawback of the LCD, though, is if you're using it for the viewfinder, you're gonna run down battery pretty fast. The battery on this guy is super tiny.
It's a sugar cube.
This is the battery.
There's nothing to that.
Look at that.
Okay, but
it could fit like twice as big a battery.
Well,
you're
then
gonna
they could sell you a bigger battery,
Yeah,
which is
they
nice.
can, and they will, and you should buy it because this battery will last about 2 hours. That's
good.
That's if you're doing everything right. It'll last you 2 hours.
Okay.
So get the double-size battery. It's like $100.
Oh, $100?
Yeah,
All right, not
$100,
too bad.
yeah.
All right, you mentioned shooting options, so
Yep.
let's talk about video quality. The lens is actually unchanged from the last Vixia that we reviewed. Still has a 10x optical zoom. You got the manual focus ring there.
Yes, the lens is actually really good. The manual focus ring, I found it to be very responsive. Kevin thought it was stiff. Whatever. You're getting a pretty good depth of field.
Now we know what rating
Look
Matt
at
gives
this.
my
Look
opinion.
at you. Look at you.
That focus ring is too stiff to capture
you
that
look
majesty.
so good right there. Look at you running.
pants.
And I'm catching like a gazelle.
That was
in
my,
the wild. There's Jerry in his natural habitat.
Oh, look at that. Wait, he's smiling. That's not natural.
Autofocus is good here. Colors are vivid. This is in fluorescent lighting. That was good. The turtles look great.
That's also Jerry's natural habitat.
Saturation.
Angry and floating.
Color saturation is good. Noise levels were great, even in low light. I was really impressed with how this thing performed.
All right, well, what separates this from a lot of camcorders is the ability to capture video at true 24 frames per second, which does give you that filmic quality.
Yeah, unlike Peter Jackson's The Hobbit, which we saw on the feed, 48 frames. I don't know what you're doing. Listen, this will go 24 pre. You can just flick this little switch on here, go from manual to auto to cinema.
Wait a minute.
Cinema,
You just did
everybody. 24 frames per second.
Crazy.
It moves just like a movie camera. You can see the difference here. We have some B-roll. There's a slow-moving me in 24 frames and 30 frames. You see the effect of light hitting the celluloid.
A little stutter.
Is what you're getting. Yeah. So you're not getting a 30 frame per second video smoothness. You're getting 24 frames, which is that film look that people want. And if you're going to make a summer blockbuster, I say 24 frame it. When I was in college, that was a thing that had just come out on digital
That was a big
cameras.
deal. You would pay thousands and thousands of dollars just for something that
$4
did that.
grand for a Panasonic camera that would do 24 frames per second. And when I saw this thing have it, I was like, oh my God, I'm old.
Well, yes, and you make an interesting point because some people will say, but you never want to shoot in less frames than you can. You always want to shoot in more frames, and then later in post, you add that effect to it.
Yeah, do that if you're lazy. If you're gonna like shoot a movie and you want to be a real DP, you want to see what this thing is gonna look like. You don't want to see a product that you're gonna have to alter later. So if you're gonna shout in 24p, shoot in 24p. Make the commitment.
All right, so for all of you who want to make your own summer blockbusters or just YouTube videos talking about food, $1,300 on Amazon.com.
Yeah.
What is the verdict?
This is getting a 4 out of 5, everybody. Yeah. Boom. The size is great. Media storage is expandable to give you plenty of shooting space. 24 frames per second gives you a great look. If you want to be an amateur filmmaker, go for it. My only complaint here is the price. The battery, I think, should be a lot bigger than it is.
Now, some people will say, but wait, I could get a DSLR for a couple $100. And
you
then...
can do that, but not a couple $100. You're going to spend at least $500 on a DSLR body. Then you're going to have to get a lens. So what I'm saying here is this thing is everything you need in one little kit, and it's also good for rich dads who want to, I'm bored, I want to shoot my kids in 24 f per second.
Love it.
Disneyland. That's what dads say. I think.
They trail off angrily and go, Disneyland.
Yep. And then that's what quiets me down. Put down the fork, Matt. Oh.
It's okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Matt Myra, everybody. That's it for today's Gadget. If you have a gadget you'd like to see us rate, email us, gadgetpron@g4tv.com. I would pay to see that home video of your dad yelling at you. We will recreate it with our next camcorder. Now, over to Candace Bailey.
Thanks, my heart. You know, they say nothing in life is free.
Put down that fork!
They totally lied.
Yesterday, we gave the chance to win these Avengers statues, and hold on, let the camera zoom out. a life-sized Hulk bust as well. Crazy.
And the winner is Marcos C. from Fall River, Massachusetts. Congratulations.
I'm sure he's going to share all those with his friends. Today, you have a chance to win this. I don't have it to gesture to. It's a Samsung 55-inch 1080p LED HD TV.
Whoa, look at that. To enter, go to g4tv.com/epic giveaway. Get your entry in between now and Thursday, April 26th by 3 p.m. Eastern, and we will announce the winner on tomorrow's show.
I cannot wait. What
So
an epic
exciting.
show to match an
Great
epic
show.
giveaway, everybody. Are there summer movies that you are excited to see? I mean, from,
All of them.
Well, okay.
All.
But like,
I haven't seen a movie actually in a while. I've been busy and I am dying to go to the movies.
What was the last one?
I still have to see Hunger Games.
no one has to see
No,
Hunger
I want
Games.
to. I really want to. That's the top
but
of my
it's not
list.
like, and it's not going to be.
In the theaters?
No, well, no, it'll probably be in there for a while, thanks to 15-year-old girls. But
well, I'm like a 15-year-old girl, okay?
Okay, that's true. That's true.
What are you looking forward to seeing?
Well, I already saw Avengers, so I guess
Yeah, me too.
After chatting with Mark Webb and seeing a little bit of Spider-Man,
I'm excited.
I'm cautiously optimistic, and I do want to see it.
I'm not
which is a far
cautiously
cry from where I
optimistic.
was.
I am optimistic.
Oh, well, that's good.
No caution.
You're just throwing it to the wind.
Yeah,
huh?
throw it.
Throwing caution to the web. Just the Spider-Man. Sorry, I was swinging for the fences on that one.
Okay.
I'm not even proud of that. Thanks to Eva Marie Martino, James Gunn, Gray Drake, and the always adorable Matt Myra. And Sarah Underwood was here too, right? She did something today? Well, thanks, Sarah.